Hello, everyone. Welcome to the second night of the George Malich Film Festival, Memorial Film Festival. George Malich is a local actor that passed away in 2012, and we all miss him dearly. And we thought it would be a nice remembrance to watch movies through the month of March here on the patio of the Royale with people who are in films. He did a number of local films. I don't know. How many do you think he did? 4 or 5?
I think more than that.
Dozens if you include the shorts. But a number of feature-length local films.
Theater as he could do too.
And and he did a lot of theater. He was an awesome guy. Everybody knew George. To know George was to love him. And anyway, so tonight, last week we watched The Bunglers. If you missed that, and we had some audio issues. So if you tried to stream it, I'm sorry. We will give you a full refund. But you should not have audio issues tonight, so you can watch the whole thing right here, or you could have come to the Royale and sat on a patio and watched it too, and maybe had a beer. But anyway, we're going to. Oh, by the way, some of George's co-stars are in attendance tonight. I don't know if Ray wants to say hi. Do you want to say hi, everyone?
I'll say hello and enjoy the film and enjoy some George and happy memories, everybody.
Yeah. All right. So if you hang around after the live stream of the film, we're going to show some of the extras that are only found on the DVD, which very few people probably even know exists. So here, without further ado, here is A Anonymous.
Martha Rose Green is here also.
Martha Rose Green is here, who's also in the film. She plays Ray's mom.
Yeah. Did everything Ray said.
Yeah, so. All right.
I'm Gavin Tartowski, 47-year-old, obsessive-compulsive wearer of tight pants. Been in recovery for about 18 months now.
Yo te vi por los rincones de los boliches puebleros alargando.
I'm a barista at the Dippin' Donuts.
Tus manos siempre tejiendo la vida en el instrumento, encendiendo con sonidos un sol para los cielos negros con cielo.
We thank you, non-sectarian, gender-neutral, universal life force, for allowing us this time together. A was a support group that I founded. The letter A stands for anonymous. Now, we never put another letter in front of that. We never wanted to exclude anyone. We wanted the doors to be open to everyone. Every member that came through those doors did not have any other place to turn to until they came to A.
I've been working in this field for 16, 17 years. And what I do essentially is help people come to terms with obstacles in their life. I think that it's fine to try all sorts of new therapies, different therapies, to experiment with what we do as therapists. Where I draw the line, frankly, is when someone takes it beyond their expertise and they don't have a background in cognitive or other psychologies, and they don't really know what they're doing to the individual.
Step out from time to time, kind of get my...
No, not all of A's members are addicts or obsessive compulsive. In fact, the person that comes to mind is Tad. He's got a condition, actually.
I have a rather large penis, and I'm kind of a small guy, and there's only so much blood, and if I get too excited, I pass out.
What we're trying to do with Tad is focus orientation, and that would be to take whatever thought he's having, say a lewd thought, pornographic thought, turn it into something wholesome, something not erotic for him. It wasn't always easy for me. Growing up was tough. We moved a lot. I had to make new friends quite often and took a lot of teasing, you know, with a name like Gavin Tartowski. That's just like a name that just screams to be teased, I suppose. They used to call me Graveyard, Gravelhead, Gravel Butt, Gravel Fartowski, I guess that was the worst one. Tartar Sauce, Tartar Head, those weren't so bad. But, you know, kids are kids. You know, overcoming this problem was pretty difficult, especially in the beginning. I would like try to go to different meetings and I knew I didn't fit in. And I met other people that I knew that they had circumstances in their lives and they didn't quite feel like they fit in. And so we started talking. And that's where actually A sprung from, was those conversations. One day we just said, you know what, we need our own meeting that's open to everyone. You know, this is not about naming your addiction, but it's about becoming the person you want to be. So that's where we came up with the name A, anonymous, open to everybody. No qualifiers to get in. If you have a problem, you're welcome at A.
Your
There you go.
What's on your mind? Don't worry, it's alright. Don't worry, it's alright.
Benji is a new member to our group. He actually hasn't been to a meeting yet. His mom actually initiated contact with us.
He is an addict. He's a huffer. And the only way he can remain in my house is if he continues to go to A. Period.
On a normal day, I huff, you know, detergents, things that just smell good. They're not really harmful. It's more of a feeling. You know, I get a high off of those feelings. So like freshness, spring freshness, my dad's colognes, you know, just a security kind of smell. So I huff the spring fresh stuff and the colognes because it reminds me of my dad.
I think Benji was incredibly affected by the divorce. It traumatized him. He was just, he was out of it. I didn't expect that at all because, you know, Benji knew we had problems and he seemed to always kind of be on my side, want me to be happy, you know. So when I finally made my decision to make my life better and his life better, you know, I just thought he would fall into place, and he didn't. He was just really withdrew a lot at that time.
This is my dad's mask, and you know, it was his persona for Sunday mornings. That's how he woke me up.
When Benji decides to put on the Mexican wrestling mask at his age, mid-30s, I think, what is going on? I do think of his father, and that usually just makes me angry, sometimes a little sad, and I don't really need to be reminded of that at my age.
The divorce was kind of hard on my mom, but I mean, it was pretty, you know, divorces are hard. So, I mean, she took it pretty well, I guess. You know, she got through it.
Benji's father would get up and put on the mask, come into the den and sit down on the couch, and Benji would be there waiting. You know, he knew the ritual. And they would be watching, you know, wrestling together, and it was great at a certain level, you know, bonding and happy, but it always just kind of weirded me out to have that happen, you know, in my house like that. So, and then it really got bad when Benji's father decided he was going to wrestle. You know, he was going to make this real. And Benji sometimes didn't want to do that.
Then he'd snap, you know, and his wrestler would come alive, and, you know, and we spend the rest of the afternoon wrestling. Yeah, so, you know, it's the only thing he left behind. And I've grown into it, you know. Used to not fit so well. And you can still smell his cologne. But yeah, it's kind of like a security blanket, but but it's wrapped around my head, you know?
Jenny, I wouldn't call her, I'm not a doctor, but I wouldn't call her like a compulsive liar. But when she starts to tell the slightest little fib or whatever, she just closes her eyes and doesn't realize she's doing it. Her closing her eyes, that's affecting her relationships, her family, her work. Leroy, would you mind getting our new member a seat? Thanks.
I'm Benji.
Benji. Hi, Benji.
Hi, Benji.
And welcome. Benji.
I had, I guess, a bad week. Kind of forced to come here. So, I don't know, I don't really want to be here. And parts of it are nice. And, anyway, I huff soap, detergents mainly. I clean laundry, and some colognes.
Oh, what about panties?
If they're clean.
No, he's fine. He's fine.
This happens about this happens a couple. You sure?
Yeah.
Can I get you a glass of water?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Anything.
I'm okay.
Tad's in A because, well, you know, his problem, which, you know, I guess a lot of guys wish they had that problem, you know, but I don't think size really matters. I mean, that's what my mom told me.
When you're in the middle of your addiction, and I do consider it an addiction, I mean, I was powerless. There were times I was putting on those pants, thinking to myself, what am I doing? You know, I put on more tight pants that I didn't want to wear than I put on that I did want to wear. Concerning injuries to my body from wearing tight pants, I still have numbness and tingling in my little toe on my right foot. I don't know if I'm ever going to get that back. Joy. Joy is difficult to work with.
After we adopted her, she gave us so much joy in the family. It was fantastic. We stood in Hawaii an extra 2 months to get the papers all done and everything, and it was worth it. We went with 2 suitcases and we came back with her. She was better than all the suitcases.
Joy thinks she's an Italian bicycle racer.
You know, I let her do her thing. What's the difference? I mean, she's old enough. She likes to ride bikes. Let her go. She's going to ride the marathon. Let her do that.
She's got a distinct identity crisis.
She don't need no identity. She's got a restaurant. She's got a famiglia.
If you grow up Italian, you really, inside of it, it's like living in another world. Other people don't understand it, but I don't understand anything else.
These people that join these cults need an identity. They want to be some. Oh, I belong to A. I belong to B. I belong to C. You really belong to God, and you belong to your family, and that's the way it goes.
She's building a wall between herself and the people who really care about her.
Hey, great. Nice to see you.
How's your week?
What's up?
Bradley's got a pretty interesting story. Here's a semi-successful businessman that just goes off into these tantrum fits. I mean, he's like an 8-year-old.
I need to be somewhere in an hour. Would you just get down?
Grab the line.
Well, I noticed that he had a problem because we were still dating, and he came back from work and something had happened over there, like he was like very stressed about, and all of a sudden he just started like acting like really childish, like he was just jumping around and starting crying, and he wanted to play, and so I don't know, it was just like really weird, and then I just realized that he had a problem.
One thing I've learned in the sessions is that if I can focus on something specifically, for instance, like this ball, and I can throw the ball, and it's kind of it kind of takes my mind off of what's going on. It just seems to be kind of therapeutic for me, and I can bounce the ball and and kind of muse over what I'm thinking about. It's got a little face on it. See, it's got a little talk to you. Hi, how are you? We're there to empower ourselves and to do the best we can.
I think this program, which at first, it was kind of weird for me, it's helping him.
My name's Leroy Baguette, and I've been going to A for a few months for my compulsion to run over things, and this is my best friend in the world, Jean Paul.
His compulsion to run over things in the street has really got a hold on him.
Well, what I like to do is they've got this dog park in downtown Paris. It's supposed to be great. I'd like to go down there with him, see all the sights with him, the Eiffel Tower, the castles, the Louvre. I've been saving up for this trip for about 3 years now. I appreciate everybody letting me bring Sean Paul here to the a meeting. He's I don't have any kids, but he's like a child to me.
Mm-hmm. I see you dressed him up like that.
Yeah, well, it just kind of goes along with it.
He looks almost human.
Yeah. Well, he is to me.
Yeah.
Have you noticed a difference in your relationship with Jean Paul since you've been incorporating the A principles in your life?
Yeah, he doesn't seem so like before. He'd kind of slink around and stuff, and I don't see that anymore. He's more just regular dog, just getting out and getting around and not worrying about me so much. Less tension around the house and stuff like that.
That's great. Thank you.
Sure. Benji's pissing me off, I mean, it's like, I go there to get better. Everybody's there because they recognize they got these different things that are eating them. And you can get to the point where you can, change your behavior. And when you feel a certain way, you don't have to act a certain way, But with him, it's a big joke, His mom's, the only reason he's going is his mom's making him because he'll lose his he's like 30-something, he's still living in a home. What's that all about?
Yeah, he dresses his dog up, and it's a lap dog. But look at that dog when it's on his lap. It doesn't look real comfortable, like something's wrong up there on the lap.
It's very hard in our community, the therapist community, to not hear of a Gavin Tartowski. He occasionally pops up for lectures at the Psychiatric Institute, but there is a certain cultism that could develop. And I'm not worried about my business.
One thing I really am trying to avoid is we're not trying to turn it into a cult of personality. None of us are medical professionals, but yeah, we're concerned. We interact with each other's. We care about each other's.
You can give a pill to someone in internal medicine and really help them reduce their, let's say, anxiety or a tumor or something, and they may get a growth somewhere else. They may get a big goiter. That's a very simple way of putting it. But what Gavin might be doing is reducing, let's say, someone's desire. I think he had his own little bizarre problems with pants. I don't want to get too into it and talk about, like wearing very tight pants to the point where I even think he has some residual numbness and other problems. But I don't want to, that's really not the point of what I'm saying. But, let's say you remove a problem like that, but you create another problem.
Gavin and David come from very different perspectives with their therapy. David likes to think his is, from an intellectual approach, textbook approach, not big on the group therapy.
Linda is going through some hard times right now, but every marriage does.
It just never really worked out. I think, of course, there was always, the initial part is really fun and exciting, but I quickly realized we were very different people. Well, David and I are separated now. We have been for not that a short time. It's difficult, but really, I'm so relieved it's not as difficult as the relationship has been. And meeting Gavin, our conversations, and it helped me move through that transition that I've been wanting to make for a long time. You know, he doesn't have as much. He doesn't have very much at all right now, but it's just so refreshing to sit there and talk and have somebody who actually listens and who is interested in what I have to say.
She has the right to choose that type of situation. I don't think it's advisable. I don't think he's someone that anyone, frankly, should spend a lot of time with, because I just don't think it's profitable.
I wouldn't call it dating. But we've gone out for coffee a few times, dinners. We salsa danced one night. That was fun. Well, tonight we're going to try something a little different. We're going to focus on one particular member, Jenny. Do you mind standing up for just a second? Okay. Now, with your eyes closed, we're going to make statements that are 100% true. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Jenny.
My name is Jenny.
I've been coming to A for about 14 months.
I've been coming to A for about 14 months.
Perfect. Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
And now let's try the opposite of that. This time with your eyes fully open. Just relax. Just relax. See? Is that okay? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Now we're going to say stuff that is not true. I am a millionaire's daughter.
I am a millionaire's
No, eyes open,
daughter.
eyes open, eyes open. That is so good. You are really making progress here. Don't you think she's making progress?
We are forcing her.
Yeah.
We were forcing her to do that. Why don't you
Well,
do
yeah.
this? Go like this.
Ugh.
Go. You know, and then say,
That's just sick.
Gavin's a genius.
That's just sick. That is so uncalled for. What if a piece of dust flew in there right now? You could go blind.
I would sue this group. I would sue all of you.
Just put your eyelids back and try to settle down. I think this has gone a little out of hand. I think it's time for a timeout. Let's just sit here for a minute and think about our power and what we contribute or how we harm this meeting, and reflect on that for 3 minutes, say.
Done. I won.
That girl that's there, she's pretty.
I think that Benji's attracted to Jenny, and I really don't think it's genuine.
But yeah, I guess Joy's competition. She's pretty aggressive towards Jenny, and like, she doesn't like me. She hates me.
I think he needs something from her, and I think that he's gonna hurt her, and I don't trust him.
We have a crush on the same person, so I wouldn't hit a girl unless it was a girl like Joy.
Wanna hang out some more?
At the pizza place?
Wherever you want. I think that we should hang out. I feel like we really have something, I don't know, something we should explore.
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that she's a lot weaker than I am, and she needs somebody to watch over her. She doesn't have the kind of family that I have, or the strength.
She's one of them lesbians on a mission, you know?
Well, I've got a new idea for us tonight. It's a guided meditation, something we've never done before. Okay. Let's start by taking a nice deep breath. Cleansing breath. Let all your tension go. Feel yourself sinking into the carpet as your muscles relax. Maybe some of you feel like you're floating. You're floating, you're on a mountaintop. All around you are snow-capped mountains. You're on the very tallest one. You're fully empowered, breathing in that cold, clean, crisp air. Maybe you hear the sound of birds. Seagulls. You're watching and the waves are rolling in.
On top of the mountain.
And
where the ocean
you're,
is.
you're on a beach. You're on a beach.
A mountain beach.
And there's you can taste the salt in the air. And you can feel the sun on your body. And you smell the fresh fragrance of flowers.
Beach flowers.
And you meet a small child. And you look, and that small child is you.
That's weird.
And you ask that child to come give you a hug. And provided that it's okay, you give your inner child a loving hug. And you promise that child, you're going to be okay. I'm never going to forget you. I'm never going to leave you alone.
Here's $1. Get yourself a candy bar.
I'm not like, if you could just stay focused, please. You're reestablishing this trust. And this trust is with you. And you've been on this path. And you know it's got a happy ending. And you know it's got a powerful ending. Feel yourselves coming back into the room. You're very aware of your bodies. Slowly wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your toes. When it feels right, slowly open your eyes.
Were we supposed to close our eyes?
Wait. Maybe you and I could have a few words after the meeting. That'd be okay?
Sure.
I'll see you guys all in a...
You going?
Yeah.
I do have a show to catch, so.
I wanted to talk to you about your behavior during the meeting. It's a little disruptive. Now, I know you're not comfortable with us, but I think you'll learn to like us. And all we ask is that you just try to keep an open mind, be a little less disruptive, because there's people really investing of themselves here. They're like peeling the onion, the layers, and they're exposing themselves, and they're very vulnerable.
Okay. Let's talk about it next week at that meeting. All right?
Next meeting, 7.
Always an hour.
Right.
You know what? They all think I disrupt the group, but they can interject anything they want. But when I do, it's a problem. Or when I try to help someone and Gavin doesn't get to put in his 2 cents, you know, there's a problem. I was gonna see that, you know? Sorry, beat you to the punch.
We're willing to work with him, but he's got to meet us halfway. Okay, everyone, I've got paper. We're gonna have to share crayons.
I brought some crayons.
Excellent. Oh, no, we don't want to write on that. Here we go. Okay, and focus on how you're feeling, or what you hope to get out of A, what A means to you.
What's your favorite colors?
Joy, would you like to share with us?
I drew a picture of Jen and I riding off on a pizza bicycle.
Well, a lot of symbolism there. Pizza bicycle. Yeah.
I'm not sure where it came from.
And Benji, what did you get for us?
Well, I just drew a picture of a girl drawing, and then me up on a mountain with some snow and seagulls. You know how that is.
Yeah.
That's how I felt all week. You know, like I was sitting on top of a snowy mountain with seagulls. The girl, she kind of wearing a wrestling mask.
Wrestling mask.
I have a mask that it was my dad's. You know, he used to goof around Sunday mornings, you know, wrestling. So, good thing. I guess a comfort.
Benji's really wound pretty tight. I don't think he's really receptive to change at this time. He's got a lot of anger, and he takes it out in his huffing, I mean, he's like doing inappropriate huffing, public things.
He fell off the wagon again, and I don't know if he's ever going to stop.
I just want to start out tonight by saying how proud I am of each and every one of you. I mean, we're not the same person that we were when we came in here 18 months ago. Bradley, you've just been amazing to me. I like watched you grow up from a little boy to a man, you know.
I'm a big boy now.
Yes, you are. And I just wanted to tell you all how much you mean to me. Having said that, I've got some very sad news. Benji won't be with us anymore. He's I got a call from his mom. He's out there again. He's just out there. He's just gone. He's just gone.
Well, couldn't he come back? I mean, technically.
I guess he could. I guess he could. So, I just think that he would appreciate knowing that he's in all of our thoughts and prayers.
Sure.
But we can't dwell on that. We can't dwell on that. So why don't we go around the room and share how we're feeling? Should we keep going? Would you like to share?
I have forsaken the moon and the sun, and I walk this land like I'm
Right now, I don't care what anybody thinks. Except for old Timbo, you know, because he holds the magic. Fuck everybody else.
Benji came home the other. Yeah, he was out all night long. At least I think he was. I mean, I woke up around 1, and he wasn't there. And assuming it was all night. He was on a bench. I don't know what precipitated it. Really, it really doesn't matter. He doesn't even need any reason. But he was out, and he decided to get a tattoo, and it's a huge thing on his arm. It's mayonnaise. Going down to pick up my son Benji. Got a call from the police. He's at the police station. He was caught huffing on a laundromat. Anyway, I'm picking him up. What can I do? He's my son. Look at him. Hair not going. Looks like his clothes are dirty. He's on a laundromat. I wonder what excuse he's going to give me this time. Yeah, keep your head down. It needs to be down.
Hi.
Hello?
I need to get some sleep.
You didn't get to sleep those 16 hours?
No.
How did you use your time?
Eating shitty bologna sandwiches and listening to this guy mumble.
And when you don't have the courtesy to call me and let me know what's going on for a day or so, then, you know,
I got
you
one
left
phone
it.
call. And I called the weather guy. It was stupid.
The weather guy?
This report. I couldn't remember our number.
What I want to know is when are you going back to the program? An answer?
I don't know.
Too
I
hard
don't
for you?
think I really need it.
You don't need it. Okay.
Do you know how those people are?
No, I don't. So far, I haven't been in a program. But if I needed to go to a program, I would go to a program. You better believe it.
Yeah, well, if you had to hang out with
You don't have to hang out. You're in a program.
LaRue, well, you know what? You spend time with these people, and then it's really horrible. They're assholes, and
Life is
they're
so
racist.
tough, isn't it? You need to be back in the program or a program.
I'll go back to the meeting, but will
But
you
what?
not date for a while? I
Date?
don't want to handle all this stuff at once.
What's for you to handle? You're
Some
not
new
dating.
guy, weird boxer shorts.
You don't have to meet him. You're going to be moving out, remember?
So were
No
you gonna have
reason.
fellas over at the house?
You know what? What I do in my house in my own time is my own business.
Why? I'll go to the very next meeting. They probably won't even want me back there.
Well, that's possible, obviously, but I think they may take you back.
What a breakthrough. What an amazing breakthrough. Let me get this straight. No toys, no pouting, no temper tantrums. This is just the,
That's good, yeah, thanks.
Benji. Hey, buddy, come on in. Oh. How you doing?
Okay, I was hoping to be back in the group.
Come on, man. Benji. A's never turn their back on anyone.
You are not alone.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Hey, everybody. Benji's back.
And yeah, I was, you know, ass deep in the suds, if you know what I mean. And well, I was huffing again. The detergent, and
You hit the bottom.
I did. I guess I really
But you
did.
came back. You came through. But you just keep trying again.
Yeah.
It's like Mark Twain said. Quitting smoking, it's easy. I've done it 100 times.
Anyway, let's get on with the meeting, huh?
Yeah. Let's keep the past in the past and move on.
I think that's Mark Twain said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving on is easy. I've done it 100 times.
You're making fun of me.
No, I'm not.
I'm real glad you made it back here in one piece.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to. I wanted to go out with you, like on a date. Yeah.
Okay, I think I'd like that.
Me too.
All right.
Once a year, I guess.
All right.
Okay. Well.
Okay.
See you at the meeting after the meeting.
Okay.
You got something I've been wanting, I've been dreaming about it all day. You confuse me with your vapors, see through me with your lasers, make a cameo in my dreams. Oh, kids, sound so sweet when you sing them to me in my sleep.
Benji? Come on, Dad. Come on.
Good.
Do you?
You know,
You know, this doesn't
butterfly.
go, but this doesn't go with that. It does not with that hair too, darling.
You know, first dates are nervous, I guess, but, you know, especially with, you know, someone like Jenny, she's so good and nice, and, you know, I just want it to go well.
De no quererte, no digas eso. Tal vez no comprendas nunca mi vida, porque me alejo. Tal vez no comprendas nunca vida, porque me alejo. Es mi destino. Y camino de un sueño lejano y bello vida, soy peregrino.
I really care about Jenny because we're really good friends, and I'm worried about her hanging out with Benji because I don't think he's any good, and I have to go tell him about it.
Yeah, man, I got a call today about Sean Paul. My neighbor called and said he looked outside and saw Jean Paul dead in the street, man. Somebody hit him and then just took off, man. Didn't leave a number, didn't try to help him or nothing, man. He might have lived if somebody would have helped him. He wasn't that bad, but... So I'm dealing with that today.
Well, I had a great time. Thanks for driving and dropping me off at the house and everything.
Sure.
You're welcome to come by anytime you want, you know. I just
Thanks.
call.
Okay.
But I'm usually here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm glad you went out with me.
Me too.
Yeah, I like you a lot. I guess I don't want to rush anything, but yeah, okay.
Oh, but that's broken.
Yeah, better just go. Bye.
Oh. Wait, I can get out.
I got it.
This door works.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the window works too.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, bye.
Oh God. Benji!
This is kind of our second date. I hope it doesn't end like the first one. We should just start over, you know?
Go out of town or something.
Yeah. Yeah, we could go to St. Genevieve or
Sure.
somewhere. It's really nice there. They have liver dumplings.
Oh.
They're weird. They smell like gasoline, but they, you know, taste like liver.
So you actually introduced Joy to A.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I thought it'd be good for her. I mean,
So this is kind of your fault. I mean, in a way. Not like it's a bad thing. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like, I mean, you know, one thing leads to another. She's in a better place, is what I'm trying to say.
We can't. Will you guys excuse me for just a minute?
That's nice.
Yeah. Mr. Torregrossa.
Let me tell you something, you piece of shit. I wish my daughter would have never came into your lives and you would have never came into her lives. She'd still be alive with her family. She was a good girl until she met up with you and your cult.
It's not a cult. We're
Let
not
me
even
tell
religious.
you something. Don't give me that kind of sweet talk.
We're just friends.
Don't call me
helping
sir.
friends.
Look at you, you piece of shit, and all the rest of yous. You took my daughter away from me. You took her life. If she didn't know yous people, she would have never got hit by that car. I can't take this. I'm a strong man, but when it comes to this kind of stuff, I can't take it. That was my love, my heart. Get your hand off of me, man. Are you crazy? Don't you know I'm Italian?
Sir, we all lost something, sir.
What? What
we
did
all
you
lost
lose?
something.
What'd you lose?
Joy was
Some
our friend.
material thing?
Not at all, not at all. We're
I
not...
raised her. Don't tell me you lost anything. You eat off the streets.
No.
You beg for money. Don't tell me
that's
that.
not true.
Oh,
That's not
nothing's true. Nothing's true with you. You're a genius. You're a philosopher. You're a professor.
No.
Where's your degrees? You're a healer.
Mr.
You're a fucking fake. That's what you are, a fucking fake.
Oh, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Maybe we should go.
Yeah.
All of you ought to go.
You know, when Joy had her tragic accident, it was really a turning point for a lot of people. It just focused us. It just showed the bigger scheme of things, that there's more to life, that there's more going on in the world than just our day-to-day suffering.
I can't be what you are. I can try.
Si se muriera la cueca, no habría nada. Se perdería el pañuelo.
You know, after seeing everyone make such progress in A, I just saw so much transformation around me that I was starting to feel a little left out and thinking, like, where's my transformation? So I decided to take a big step for me. I've been in recent talks with a publisher about documenting the concepts and principles of A. As far as the book is concerned, we're working with 3 titles right now. We haven't really decided. My favorite is Soaring with the Seagulls. My publisher is kind of leaning towards Gavin Tartowski's Guide to Being You. And then the third one is something along the lines of unleashing or awakening that fully self-examined. We really don't have that one nailed down yet. There's also been talks about a possible infomercial, speaking engagements, corporate motivational speaking, possible book deals, a line of nutritional supplements. The CEO of a Fortune 500 company has to put on his shoes every morning just like everyone else. They've got problems. My publicists have sent me some of the equipment I'll be working with. It's an altogether different type of venue for me. I'll be on stage, I'll have a podium, I'll have a large screen behind me, kind of like the Jumbotron. I think the thing that really makes me different than any other self-help guru in the United States is that A, opened up a door to people who found the door closed to them. Our initial membership were people that did not fit in anywhere else. They felt disenfranchised, isolated, alienated. A changed all that. Well, I guess I didn't tell you the big news. I found the love of my life, Linda Laramie. And I asked her to come to California with me, and she said yes. So I just couldn't be happier.
I'm just really excited about, our future together. And I've never really felt this way before, so I think this might be the real thing.
Cheers, man. I really enjoyed it.
That was that was great. That was I'm live right now too, so just so you know. Easily one of the best independent films ever produced in St. Louis, I think. Personally. I mean that's not me blowing smoke. I honestly believe that. Like it's great. And you were so good, Ray. Like it was that's I mean, we're here to honor George tonight, and George is, obviously the star of that film. But like, really,
together.
It was a duo. It was a team.
Yeah, we learned how to make movies together, or as that whole group did, really. From Bradley Bowers to, we couldn't have made.
Ray's here, by the way.
If we didn't make the Bungers.
Benji from Benji. There he is.
Oh, hi.
All right. No, it was so good. And then Benji's mom.
Yes.
There she is in the dark. There she is.
Yeah, now I look like her mom. Just funny how the world works.
So, it was such a good film. I love that. I probably haven't seen it in 10 years. It holds up. Oh, look.
Yeah, it really did.
It does hold up,
And the
absolutely.
soundtrack, too, made it a film, when we were making it, Like, we started getting these gifts from great groups. And, our project we were working on became a film, because of the soundtrack.
Oh, really?
It felt like a film we were making all of a sudden, We weren't just making improvised thing, like the soundtrack.
How long was the production in this film?
I think it was 6 months of weekend shooting once we really started going. And then it was like 2 years of editing.
Wow.
Because it was all improvised. So
it was all shot in what, 05, 06?
I can't remember.
I can't either.
And then, because the movie came out in like 07, right?
Yeah. So just a few years before that, like 4 or 5, we started. We actually, Dan pitched this idea on the 48 hour that he worked on. With
Oh, it
all
was a
of us.
48 hour.
No. He pitched it.
Oh, okay.
It didn't get in.
Oh, okay.
And it was like he liked the idea and came, like we met.
Because the concept does sound like a 48-hour film festival film. The concept,
Yeah.
you know.
Well,
Yeah.
that's why it's a
Yeah.
short too. It's 57 minutes.
Yeah, 50. Yeah, it was 56 minutes I think total with the credits. So yeah.
You gotta watch the credits.
Yeah. Well, they're over now. There was a little. So you said that you wanted to watch the DVD version tonight because there's a bunch of outtakes on the DVD.
Yeah.
So we can. I'm gonna go ahead and put up with some of the outtakes, and then maybe we can talk about, you know, how that. If there's anything to talk about with.
One, I think the outtakes are, you know, it's a 57-minute movie that Dan created out of a lot of improvising and character development, and there's 45 minutes of extras, of outtakes, you know.
Wow.
So, like, if you get the DVD, which I don't even know if you can. I think it's. I
think it's only on Prime. It's on Prime. If you haven't
download it,
yeah, if you
hopefully
missed it,
that comes with it.
But you can go back and watch
the
it
disc,
here too.
which we're gonna air. Some extras or the extras.
Yeah,
I say just push play.
Yeah, all right.
They move fast.
Okay.
And it's just.
I'm gonna bring up the
improv and camera works.
So eyes up on the screen here. Hang on.
Shit happens.
Didn't it?
Hey, wait, watch a couple.
Oh, wait, I think I hit the wrong thing.
Never been there.
This is the trailer.
Here's a trailer. Gotta go to work tomorrow.
You're mine.
Well, I love you.
We all have to work. We're always going to work, everybody.
All right, here we go.
It is indeed, isn't it?
Yep.
It's gonna work.
Here's the outtake.
Well, let's start out by introducing ourselves. Why don't I start? Hi, everyone. My name is Gavin.
Hi, Gavin.
Hi, Gavin.
And this was a unusual weekend for me. I was telling Joy about my problems at work, but even more importantly than that, I was at the thrift store earlier, and they have a slacks department. And I don't know if you know this, but my problem is compulsive obsessive wear of tight pants. And it causes me, it caused me a lot of problems. I'm in recovery now, but that's the whole thing about this. I was actually starting to shake a little bit. I got a little faint-headed, but I just kept looking forward, and I walked right out there. Yeah. And I walked right out of the store, and I'm here to celebrate my victory with you tonight.
Good job. Good job.
And this is our closing prayer. Thank you, non-secular, gender-neutral, universal life force, for allowing us this time together. Help us to become that person that we know that we can be, and help us to help each other along the way. Amen. You are not alone.
Hey, you guys like a mime troupe, you two?
No, we just have to dress and sing.
Nice look. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
It causes a lot of problems. I mean, I remember even as a kid growing up, I remember the shores of Lake Michigan, sitting with my dad, and that we were on the beach, and he used to wear Speedos. It looked very European, I suppose, but we weren't in Europe. And little kids hear everything. They're very perceptive, and I was picking up on the ridicule and the laughing behind our backs and all of that. We'd go out clubbing. I'd be in my tight pants. You'd hear comments, pretend you didn't hear them, but they're always there.
I don't think Gavin could help anybody really. I mean, he might be able to help an old lady across the street or something like that, but I don't, I'm not a tough cookie or nothing, but I think you've got to do this kind of stuff yourself. And maybe he thinks can help people, or he wants to help people or something like that. But whatever he's doing, it's keeping me in my mom's house.
Now, I'm not the kind of person who says that in order to be smart, you need a bunch of degrees. I happen to have a bunch of degrees. But I very well could have been like my father's father. He was a hat blocker. He came over from Poland. He was 6 years old. His mother put him in a packing crate, shipped him here in the hold of a ship. He had to eat the packing stuff. It was very difficult, but he came here and he learned a lot and he became a successful hat blocker. But you know what? He wasn't dealing with people's lives. And I'm sorry, if you want to go to a witch doctor, that's okay. Maybe it'll work out. But in my field, there is a body of knowledge. Frankly, Gavin, maybe if he went to school, he would learn a lot. But he only went GED.
Do you think, Gavin, maybe we could have an after-week meeting?
I think that's a very good idea. Give us a chance to kind of get together. In fact, I can call Bradley and Leroy, and maybe they'll be able to join us for that.
Tell him it's a neutral place. So
Yeah.
he doesn't have to bring a lawyer or anything.
Yeah.
Tell him I don't even have a lawyer. So he won't need one. You know what I mean, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, he'll be glad to hear that. Maybe you can tell him yourself.
Well, my lawyer told me not to talk to him. Leroy felt pretty guilty about the accident. He hit a woman with a car and she died. I didn't die. I kind of burped. Death makes me gassy.
Timmy's is a sculpture, small sculpture that I made years ago in a pottery class, and I gave it to Benji, for, I don't know what it was about, but maybe for his birthday one year or something like that. And now he uses it as a huffing vessel. He puts his stuff in there and he huffs. So, I hate it. Got a question for you. What was in Timmy?
Where is he? Well,
What was in him, Benji?
Some
what? See how your brain is fried?
lighter fluid.
It's fried!
Lighter fluid.
Lighter fluid. Oh, that's nice.
What? I was gonna make a lighter out of it.
Oh, come on.
I was.
I don't believe you.
Wouldn't that be cool?
No way does Timmy look like a lighter. And no way can you fool me.
Right,
at
it's
this
like a
stage
hidden lighter.
of our
It's a
relationship.
hidden lighter!
It is not a hidden lighter. How long have you been using that?
I had a bad day. That's it.
One day.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. I made that for you.
I know. I
can't believe
over
you.
A week.
You won't. You won't see it. You will not see it again.
That's not. You guys
Yes,
should go.
Maybe in 10 years or something,
Let's not
when
do
you
this.
get yourself together, maybe you'll get it again
Yeah.
on a Christmas morning or some shit like that, okay?
You guys in the sequel, fuck off.
Huh.
I went to jail because I'm a bad guy. That's what bad guys do. What? What? I went to jail because I was smelling people's shit in the laundromat.
Was that tough? The jail part.
Jail was shitty and long.
What happened in jail? Anything? Did you meet anybody or?
There are some assholes in jail. You know, you meet people, they don't give a fuck about you, you don't give a fuck about them. They want to know if you smoke. You want to know if they don't have fresh clothes there. You know, they smell like shit in there. The whole place smells like shit. Urine's a plus, you know? Like if it smells like pee, that's okay. You know, just for, I don't know. Anyway, it sucks. Stay out of jail. Okay, kids? What?
Did you have anything you wanted to share?
Well, kind of, I don't know.
Give it to us, come on.
Well, I tried going out on a date.
Am I hearing this right?
Even
What did you do? Fantastic.
It didn't go well.
It didn't go well?
Small steps.
Well, I don't remember a good portion of it.
You're making the efforts, though. You're making the efforts.
I mean,
You mean you passed out?
yeah.
At the right time, though?
I don't know.
Did she pass out first? Did she get to pass out?
I don't remember. Woke up in a strange bed, though.
Was your date around?
No. But I had a huge welt in my head. I think I had a concussion that time. So, I don't know.
Was your wallet still there?
No. No.
You got ripped off.
That was not a good date.
That is not a date. That's not a date.
It's not.
Did you call the police?
No.
And action.
Well, I'm Benji.
Hi, Benji.
And welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I had a really bad week. Kind of forced to come here. So, you know, I don't really want to be here. And, see, I like, you know.
Go on, you're among friends.
I huff, you know, detergents, like, you know, fresh clothes or, you know, spring freshness or mountain freshness or country freshness, or, you know, freshness of laundry and some colognes. And apparently my mom thinks that's dangerous.
Paints or anything like that?
No.
Just,
Do you have panties?
I don't. I mean, if they're clean panties.
Ted, oh, jeez, hold on. Ted, buddy, are you okay?
Let's get the blood back.
Yeah. Do we need a spoon? No, he's fine. He's fine. He, this happens about, this happens a couple, you sure you're okay?
Yeah.
Can I get you a glass of water?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Anything?
I'm okay.
Coffee?
Yeah, coffee.
Okay, do that 4 more times.
That one?
Yeah. Okay, well that's a little much. Understated, sort of. And another thing.
We don't even know each other, really.
Well, I know you're part of that group.
It's weird, I'm drinking
Okay.
coffee but
Okay.
burping hot dog. What are we doing? Guys, you want a cig? No, I'm just joking. You don't smoke, do you guys? Cigars maybe sometime? Ganja? No. Chronic? That's rapper talk. Chronic?
Blunts and
Blunts?
marijuana. Smoke the hell out of it.
Oh yeah?
2 joints every morning and 2 joints before I go to bed every night.
You need to get better stuff, man.
Always cash her checks, and she throws the money away. She goes to Social Security people and tells them that she didn't get the check, and whoever cashed it, I cashed it, stole it from her.
Oh no.
So they came after me. And today I caught her, and I made her talk to the Social Security people. And you know what she tells us? So, get my phone, will you, Dan? It might be Mark. She tells them, I did it, I don't want to go to jail, I don't poop my pants anymore, and I don't urinate.
The sound of birds all around you, maybe seagulls. You can hear waves crashing on the beach.
You have super ears. You're out on the top of a mountain and you can hear the ocean.
We're going to miss the strongest part of this meditation if we don't cooperate.
Sorry.
Thanks. Okay, everybody. Now just try to stay focused.
Okay.
You can feel the sun on your body. It's so warm. Smell of flowers in the air.
Mountain snowflowers.
And maybe you're in a meadow. Maybe it's a pasture. Like a picnic.
With a bike trail.
Maybe, yes. And you see a little person.
Like a carnival person?
No. Come on, please.
Well, I hope they got some.
Yeah, I wanted to
Yeah.
They didn't have that last week.
I wanted to go out with you, like on a date.
They're not that.
No, I'm very serious. I get powder.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'd like that.
Me too.
All right.
Once a year on New Year's.
All right.
Okay, well,
Okay.
I'll see you at the meeting after the meeting.
Okay.
Don't go jacking off for me.
Took a lot of teasing in grade school.
Right.
Once a year on New Year's.
All right.
Okay, well,
Okay.
I'll see you at the meeting after the meeting.
Okay.
Don't go jacking off for me.
Took a lot of teasing in grade school, a lot of name calling with a name like Gavin Tartowski. You know, that's just ripe for the picking. Kids would call me gravel head, gravel butt, graveyard, tartar sauce, tartar head. Damn it. Stop. They say he's really hung. And if he starts getting aroused, that there just isn't enough blood for his brain and his penis at the same time. Okay. I'd like to say that without laughing. Apparently his male vital organ is pretty huge. And when he starts to get arousal, there isn't enough blood for both his male member and his brain at the same time.
Maybe not be some. Be a little more like clinical about it.
Clinical. Okay. When apparently When Tad becomes aroused and starts to become erect, there isn't enough blood that goes to his brain, and he passes out. I've seen it dozens and dozens of times. It's always inappropriate. It's when you least expect it. He's got a lot of anger, and he takes it out in his huffing. I mean, he's like doing inappropriate huffing, public things that God damn it.
That was my fault.
He, it's kind of hard to talk about, but, can we start over? I'm trying to think, sorry. Being around Gavin, someone who's so unassuming and just so natural.
It was kind of bumping anyway.
And Gavin's really helped me work through that.
Shut her down!
Well, I think at first, like, I always thought, like, Gavin was kind of weird. I mean, I met him a long time ago, and it was when he was really having these, like, tight pints.
He's got this tight buns thing going on. Right. Cha-cha.
Watch your feet. Watch your feet.
Oh God, better dial 911. Oh Jesus. Yeah, I need an ambulance to, what street is this? Do you know what street this is?
No.
I need an ambulance to,
Ray, you're smiling?
Stop smiling!
That was it. That was all the outtakes. There is like a there's Ray. You may remember Ray from this film that we just watched.
Yeah.
I think I remember Ray, yes.
Yeah.
Or more than that.
So, did you remember all those outtakes? Do you remember any of that stuff?
I mean, every time it's like, oh yeah. I remember some stuff.
Yeah.
Or I remember like, wait a second, I remember that, and then I have to watch it again. Really, not even remember it. Like remember seeing it.
So is everything like improv, like all the whole script?
Pretty
improv?
much.
Yeah.
It was, Dan and Bill Swallock, Dan Bowers, they came up with the idea.
Yeah.
And we kind of did they had like a storyline. We cast people, added some characters. There are other characters that didn't make it in.
Yeah.
That would have made this a completely different movie.
Yeah.
Which,
well, I've always liked the idea of like doing films as an improv. Like I like the idea of improvising scripts.
Yeah.
And making it more of an actor's like it's at that point it's a real collaboration.
Well, I really liked it. Ron, I love improv.
Yeah.
Lean that way, but like in The Bunglers, our first movie, it was scripted, and hearing like somebody say cut, a lot, it was like, I wasn't used to that.
It's not as
because
fun.
of improv. You know what I mean? Like you don't say cut.
It's not a flow.
Especially if nothing's really wrong, let them go. Like they're giving you jewels. Like write something, they'll outright you with their mouths. And they'll just make your story better.
Yeah.
As long as you don't get out of these boundaries.
Yeah.
You're still got the same shop budget. You're getting a better.
Yeah, they tell you they give you some backstory, right?
Yeah,
like
you get a point A to point B kind of thing. That's all. You get this kind of wall, but you can do anything.
So
to get
I know
there.
that like Curb Your Enthusiasm is all shot like that. Like they basically have like every scene is improv, and they basically say, you know, we're gonna start here and we're gonna end here. So however you get to that ending of the scene, it's totally like that's how. I think there's like really great stuff there, like with talented people. Of course, there's
like
really good
independent
stuff
shooting.
you get.
You always shoot on weekends. And, but we did it in 6 months. You know, where the bunglers are first. So we learned a lot.
Oh, what was the time frame on that?
It was like 2 years of shooting.
Oh.
You know, it's like big breaks and stuff, but 2 years of shooting and shooting a winter movie.
And it's all a movie that has to happen in one day, right? Basically, everything
kind of.
happens
It's like
in one day.
you're in the same clothes.
Yeah, so you have
They're
to
in,
like
full wool.
Yeah.
And like winter clothes in August.
That's a lot of
a couple Augusts in a row. You're
really?
sweating.
You did a couple August shoots at
2
that?
years,
Yeah, pretending like you're in it's like February.
It's winter, yeah. It's winter, dead
wow.
of winter.
That's crazy. Wow. Yeah, people don't realize the sacrifices that go into like just doing a local production. You know, like it's a big.
Well, that's why like getting people
with no payoff at the end. Really, nobody's paying.
Improv it, you're done in one day.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
We shot like weekends in the group scenes. With multi-camera, right? 2 camera shots. But we did that in a weekend.
So you did all the group scenes at once?
I believe so. It was either 1 or 2 weekends, but I think it might have been one weekend.
Interesting.
You just brought like 6 changes of clothes that day, and you started doing these scenes that are going to happen here. And we did it in one day. I'm pretty sure. We rehearsed. We hung out. And I wish, you live.
How long did you work on your character? Do you have
my whole life?
That was Ray Burr, all right.
What was that? Was that you playing yourself?
I don't know. At that time, like when it first aired or whatever, it was at the Tivoli, and
I was there. Yeah.
Yeah. So I see it, and it was great. It was like we were in the back, and it was like watching people watch a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Did the ooh and ah, and it was like it worked out really good. It did well or whatever.
It's very satisfying. It's like being in a room.
Yeah. And then like hearing our sound, Avatar, like really cleaned it up and made it just such a better piece. No hurdles, it just all worked out better. Like with their help and all the work they did. And Bill Ferris, thank you so much.
People don't understand like how important sound is. Like you can have a mediocre looking film, but if it sounds fine, people don't care. But if you have a really beautiful film but shitty sound, like people are like, this movie's terrible.
20 minutes and they're gone. You lost it.
Yeah. If you want to make your movie look better for upcoming
too.
filmmakers, if you want to make your film look better, make sure you're work twice as hard on your sound.
You got to sound as good as your soundtrack. Your words and. I think everything chases that. Everything independent should be chasing that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that was super cool. Like watching this with you again, and then sort of this little tribute to George. We got 2 more nights.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, what are we showing next week?
Speakeasy by Billy Benner.
Okay, so Speakeasy is next week's film. Are you in that one? You're not.
I'm not. I worked on it in the earliest parts with Billy. Worked on that production stuff with Billy.
Yeah. So
really did some wrangling actually. So we
have 2 more.
The big yard scene they shot.
I don't know the film.
I got they had a big spaghetti dinner outside, and I got Billy pizza and stuff for the whole crew, and there was probably 100 people at Dick Pointer's yard that night.
Oh, cool.
But he was getting rid of a car, so I got the car. I traded it to a waitress at Joni's Pizza. She got like 30 pizzas sent to the party, and she got a car.
Wow.
She needed a car. She's a good friend, needed a car.
So next week.
Same time?
Yeah, 7 o'clock next week. We're going to watch Speakeasy.
Is Billy Benner going to be here?
I don't know. Is Billy going to be here, Chris? No. Billy will not be here.
God bless Billy.
All right, well, thank you, George, for allowing us
Absolutely.
sort of come together and enjoy each other's company again, especially after this pandemic.
Yeah, it's been beautiful.
And you
memories,
know,
for
really,
sure.
like I thought it was going to rain tonight, and it never did. So,
well, hey,
and it's-
do something
the
good
temperature
for
is
somebody
fine.
else, and
it's not. It's like it was
Balmy.
3 weeks ago,
Cold balmy.
you know, and so the weather's only going to get better. So next week,
yeah,
next
until
Wednesday.
next week.
And that is
You know, when
actually
somebody's
fantastic.
talking, look him right in the eye and listen to him, just like George would.
Yeah.
You know, give them your full attention.
Make them
no matter who they are.
with
Yeah.
your niceness.
Yeah, full attention, full respect.
Your niceness.
Yeah, that's
that's
what George did,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, definitely.
George was like the nicest guy ever, and like when I first met him, I was very off-put by him because I thought his whole I thought it was an act, you know, like I thought he was.
Because he's such a good-looking guy, you're thinking he's gonna be the vainest guy
Yeah,
in the whole
exactly,
world.
yeah.
And then like the nicest guy opens his
Yeah,
mouth.
he was super cool.
But
yeah.
the first time I ever saw George was at the I was working at the Venice Cafe, and I was young and younger.
Younger, yes.
And it was nobody there. I was writing a play at the time, sitting on the boat bar, bartending for no one, and this like Superman guy's walking down the sidewalk. And at the time, George was like the Alton ski team #1 guy, you know?
Wow.
So like the pyramid stuff, he's the guy at the bottom, like holding everybody up. He was like ripped. He was the coach, or not the coach. He was more than the coach. He was the captain of that team, and he looked like Superman with his hair and shit.
He had good hair.
And I was
sure.
writing a
Yeah, very good,
superhero
yes.
play, right then, right on this paper. And I was young and in pretty good shape. I'm like, I'm going to be this guy, but 6'4", and I hated him. I instantly. He didn't even get in the thing yet. I hated this guy. He had to be the most vain motherfucker walking,
Yeah.
he has to be.
Yeah.
Like, look at him.
Yeah.
And he walks in, and he's like, "Hey, greed. This place is greed."
just-
And he goes, "What are you doing?" I tell him I'm writing this thing about. And he's like, full eye contact. Oh, really, greed? Well, just supportive.
Yeah.
Like he knew me for years.
Yeah, until it gets very off-putting when you first meet him. But then you realize it's genuine. That's the thing. Like, 'cause when you realize it's genuine, you're like,
Within like 2 months.
can't help but to love him.
Within
Love the
2
guy,
months
yeah.
of that moment, like this guy, I hate him.
Yeah.
He's like one of my best friends, like for life.
Yeah.
He's one of the nicest examples of a human being I've
Yeah.
ever met. Yeah, and gifted, and like he really took on, like as far as being an actor and stuff. Like his first thing was the Bunglers, and he showed up more professional than professional actors that were there. And I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah.
knocking anybody. Everybody
Yeah.
was, doing their thing, but he took it on so seriously. And one, it was like him. He was a bad guy,
Yeah.
And I really couldn't hang out when he was acting because it was like hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing
Yeah.
because it's not George,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
bad
'cause
guy.
it's-
This guy was like a woman smacker, like
Yeah.
bad guy.
George doesn't do that.
No, I mean, he wouldn't do anything to anybody. I saw him punch a wall once, 30 years, one wall.
Poor Wall.
He
Anyway.
said he lost. He instantly said, "I lost." One punch, I lost.
So, anyway, remembering George Malich, next week, next Wednesday, if you want to come by, we had a decent audience all night. Like, we had at least 5 people watching at once, all night long. So,
I'm happy, and it's
thanks for joining us.
yeah. I
Good
hope
night,
they